Today's actually my birthday, and I decided that the first thing I want to do today is to wake up early and try to get a workout in. I turned 43 today. Kind of weird. The older that I get, the more important it is to actually just stay young, especially with the kids. Best thing that I can give them is a longer and healthier life. And usually when I work out, I feel good for the rest of the day. So I definitely want to start my day off doing that. And I also want to show you what I'll be using as a vlog setup for my CES trip, which is basically this whole setup thing that I've got going on. And this is going to be pretty much what I'll be using as my vlogging setup for CES. Honestly, just want to utilize the iPhone in itself because I feel like it really does capture good footage for something that fits in your pocket.
Okay, so obviously I need to use my fancy camera for this one, but in the previous years I've been using the SwitchPod. Although I didn't really get to vlog, I did use this a lot actually, and it's a great product. It's one of my favorites. Fun little side note, I actually got to meet one of the co-founders of this company. Shout out to Caleb, still love your product. But I just realized that if I'm going to CES, I really don't want to bring a camera like this as I'm walking around. I've gone to CES maybe like 3 or 4 times already. Each time I go, I've taken with me a camera and it's gotten smaller, and yet it's still cumbersome to actually walk around and bring something like this. And so I thought about getting the Osmo Pocket 3, but that's just adding another arsenal in my many collection of cameras. I know for a fact that if I buy it solely for that purpose, it's probably going to be the last time I'm going to be using it. So I decided to use just my iPhone. I'm not going to be walking around taking 30 minutes worth of footage at a time. So I'm not really too concerned about attaching any hard drive. This is the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I like the fact that it now has a 5x zoom. And I have about 512 gigabytes of capacity, which I think should be more than enough. And so I'm going to be using this. But to combine this with the SwitchPod is still a little, maybe it's just a little too much still. So I wanted something that's a little bit more compact, also a little bit lighter than this because this is all metal. So I wanted something that's a little bit more streamlined. And I think I found the one. So this is the Mantis Pod Z by PGY Tech. It's mostly made out of plastic, which makes it very lightweight. It's about $50. Basically a tripod that you can unfold and also extend. They did send this to me a few months back, and to be honest with you, I wasn't interested at all. They said, hey, you want to try the Mantis Pod Z? And I'm like, not really, because I don't see myself using it. But funny enough, I actually ended up using it a lot more than I thought I would. So normally what would happen is I would use something like this. They have their own quick release system, which you kind of just like snap this into place like this, which is great because this also lets you rotate your phone. However, it's kind of at an angle, so you would have to mount it somewhat like this. It just feels awkward when you're holding it like this. So I decided to do something a little bit different and bought this. So this thing is from Moment, and it's actually much more expensive at the time when I bought this, which was about a year ago, than the entire Mantis Z, which is funny because it literally is just a piece of metal that's magnetic. I attached the little quick release attachment from PGY Tech and just snap this into place. And now I have my vlogging setup, which is what I was using earlier. It really holds it. Like, it's actually really cool. The only caveat is that I need a microphone because as good as the microphones on the iPhones are, when it's far away from you, when you're in a crowded area, it definitely will suffer. Fortunately, I found this on Amazon. It's made by a company called Boya, and it's a wireless receiver that you attach to the bottom of your phone, and it'll start blinking. And with this little microphone right here, it has a built-in clip that rotates. All you got to do is turn this on, and it will automatically connect to the receiver. Then all I do is just clip it, and I'm all set. And if I want, I can also just hold it like this. I'm gonna try this out so I can show you the quality of this sort of setup. So another reason I think this is a cool setup is I get to use this. This contraption right here is also by PGY Tech, but I want to be clear, this video is not sponsored by them. They sent this along with the Mantis Pod Z a while back, just asking me to see if I'd like to try it, see what my thoughts are. Finally found a use for this, and I think it's going to be for a vlog setup. I essentially just take this same moment magnetic thingy here. This thing is not going anywhere. It's got 3 suction cups. Very, very secure. There you go. All right, so this is also going to be a good opportunity for me to test out the Boya microphone. So this actually has a noise canceling feature, which I haven't tried yet, but I've seen some sample videos online and they sound pretty good. Also a good chance to test out how well the footage looks like with the vibration. One of the best things about using an iPhone as your sort of like vlogging camera is that it's so much easier to frame yourself, and also it has face tracking. So I'm using the cinematic mode right now, so it kind of knows where my face is and blurs out the rest of the what's in the frame or in the background. The only thing I do wish that the iPhone has, and I'm still waiting, is for an improved front-facing camera. Looks like we are hitting really bad traffic because I can see an accident. So now we're getting up to highway speeds. I currently have the noise canceling feature off, so I'm gonna turn it on and see if it makes a difference. Really wonder if you can still hear the same sounds. How does my voice sound with the rain, with the tire noise, the wind, and the engine? I was originally going to drive up to a place where I usually go for photos, for taking pictures of my car, but it was raining really, really hard and I did not anticipate that. So I decided to call my wife and see if she wanted me to pick up some food. That way we can just have a nice lunch at home. I think my wife got me a gift. Let's see. Yes. Babe, are these rims?
Yes. They're pretty tiny rims.
Okay, I think this is a good spot to test the noise canceling feature of this microphone because it's actually quite windy here. My favorite time to take photos is right after it rains because you get dramatic lighting, dramatic clouds like this. What do you think about the microphone? How does it sound? I'm very optimistic about this. It's quite windy right now, but I'm hoping that it actually performs really well. And using this setup, I can extend it as far as this when I'm trying to vlog. There you go. So I'm gonna share some photos if you guys like it.
Happy birthday, Daddy! Because my controller wasn't
Like Daddy, you kidding?
Yeah. I drew it out.
You did?
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
I drew it away. Daddy, you got a box.
I got a box.
You know where we took weeks for
I'm gonna open the box. Woo, thank you.
Oh, the little boy.
It's the gift that I got myself.